We're going to have another active pattern unfolding here across the Tennessee Valley. And yesterday evening, we had some pretty nice shots coming in to the Local 3 studios. This was taken over Ooltewah by Jeff and Kathy Heimbaugh. This is just a perfect example of golden hour right before the sun sets. You have a little bit of cloud cover, and it makes just for a picturesque view across the Tennessee Valley. So thank you guys for sending that in. Continue to send us those viewer photos. We'd love to show those off on air. But as we take a look at the overall setup today, similar to the last couple of days, we have a lot of cloud cover, low stratus clouds this morning, and this front is kind of moving further to the north. So yesterday, if you recall, it was over North Alabama and North Georgia. Now it's moved, I would say, about 50 miles to the north. Still going to have those showers and storms popping up by mid-morning into the afternoon. But for now, things are mainly quiet, maybe a sprinkle or two along the Cumberland Plateau. But other than that, all the way from Murphy stretching to Monteagle, we are dry this morning, but that's going to change in a big way later on this afternoon. We're looking at pretty good chances of those pop-up showers pretty much through the afternoon and evening hours. So if you have any Sunday plans, I'm not going to say cancel them, but have a backup. So if you're doing something outside, have a plan where you can go inside, to get away from the rain. Maybe a good movie day, who knows? But as we take a look over downtown Chattanooga, certainly good sleeping weather out there. Look at that low hanging cloud deck. It's almost like a bluish hue if you're looking north over downtown Chattanooga. And again, these clouds are really going to struggle to break throughout the first part of the day. Also, with the low hanging clouds, you have some high elevation fog. That's what we're seeing along the Cumberland Plateau and back into the Blue Ridge Mountains, including Cherokee County. So if you're traveling in any of these areas with the gray shade, just keep in mind, you're going to run into some reduced visibility. So take it slow and use your low beams. But for temperatures generally in the lower 70s across the entire region, 72 in Athens, 71 in Blue Ridge, 72 down the street in Fort Payne, and 74 here in the Scenic City. By the afternoon, mid to upper 80s. Again, if we can get some sunshine, some locations could hit 90 degrees. Really, I don't see that happening. Most of us are going to stay in the 80s throughout the entire day. And then as we take a look at your futurecasts, again, cloud cover through the first part of the day. By the afternoon, notice those showers and storms really become more numerous by about 1-2 o'clock, and that'll be the trend throughout the day. So again, it's not going to be a constant day of just endless rain. There's certainly going to be dry periods in between, but there's a pretty good shot everyone has at least some sort of rain today, especially north of the Tennessee state line. And then by the evening, things kind of dwindle down a little bit. But as we take a look at the next couple of days, showers stay in the forecast for your Monday. Again, the front kind of moves to the north and washes out. And with that being said, there's still going to be some leftover moisture. So we're going to have the chance for afternoon showers Monday. And then going into Tuesday, that's when things start to change a little bit. Drier air slides in from the northwest and the upper levels, which is going to kind of starve the moisture, which means rain chances are going to be lower as we head into the middle of the week. So we'll get a little bit of a chance to dry out, so to speak. But for today, in general, 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch of rain looks like a pretty good shot for most of the area. But there's going to be those localized pockets of 1 to 2 to maybe even 3 inches of rain. And some areas have had quite a bit of rain over the last couple of days, so the ground's relatively saturated. So any additional rain could cause some low-lying flooding here across the Tennessee Valley. So there is a slight risk for excessive rainfall in the yellow shade, really Cleveland northbound into the northern part of the area, and a marginal risk for North Georgia, North Alabama, and the Tennessee state line. So that is something we're going to be mindful of and watch pretty closely. But for the severe threat, no hail threat, no tornado threat, no damaging wind threat. But there could be gusty winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour, but that's below the severe weather criteria. But there is going to be that potential for localized heavy rainfall. And with that heavy rainfall potential today and tomorrow, temperatures will be a little bit cooler in the mid to upper 80s, and then we're back in the 90s going into the middle of next week. And it looks like we're going to start off August on a pretty warm note, as above average temperatures look pretty likely. But if you're ready for the cooler weather, we only have 53 days until fall. So hey, that's something to look forward to. But for today, 87 scattered storms, and then going into the next 7 days, we're going to continue with the rain chances. A little bit drier by the middle of the week, with temperatures scorching back into the 90s, Calvin.
Okay, thank you, Clay. Well, across